What's good, people? It's yours truly, VIP, and I'm down in London town once again. I've come down today to meet a beautiful young girl that goes by the name of Angel Haze. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm not bad. How you feeling? I know you just told me you've been a bit of a rough night, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm like quite a bit tired, to be honest.
But you're looking good for it. You're looking good for it.
Yeah, it took me like an hour, but it's fine. No, I'm here, you know, I'm awake as I can be. I've been doing like crazy promo this week. So,
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Right, so for anyone out there, any viewers or any listeners that don't know who Angel Haze is, I'm going to let you just introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm Angel Haze. I am an artist or a rapper or writer. I'm probably nothing after that. I like long walks to my refrigerator. And no, just kidding. I love music. It's the whole of who I am. And I make music for people who are in sort of a need for inspiration. And everything that I do, I don't know, I just try to live my life making the world as best as I can. That's it.
So I know going back to the beginnings, you were raised in quite very strict religious upbringing, where you weren't actually allowed to listen to music. And then you moved away from that and you were actually able to make your music and express yourself through music.
Yeah.
So first question really being is how much has music been an outlet for you?
Dude, music has been like the most cathartic thing in my life ever. Like, I don't think that anything encompasses me in the way that music does. And like, I suppose that being without it for so long has kind of made me like hell-bent on like kind of releasing myself through it. And I don't know, I never expected it. Like, I was 16 when I was finally able to listen to music, and that was about 6 years ago. And I don't know, ever since then it's just been crazy.
Okay, so the first thing that I really seen you on that made me pay attention to you as an artist was the BET Cypher that you did.
No.
So I just want to take it back to that moment because I know you was with like RZA on the decks.
Dude, I didn't even know who RZA was at that point.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
it
wow.
was so crazy. I walked up to him and I'm like, I'm Angel, who are you? And he's like, RZA. And then everyone around me was like, RZA. Like, and I was just like, I had no clue. And then I felt like an idiot. So that day was crazy. I was in a room of like all of my peers and like Donald Glover, A$AP Rocky, all of those guys. It was just funny to kind of like be there and experience other rappers doing the same thing as me. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
How can you forget about that? You went in on that as well.
No way. Not even as much as I could have. I was like chill.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. I don't even remember half the stuff I do.
Okay, so and around them times, the tracks that I heard you on as well, I just thought, okay, yeah, she's good. I just kind of looked at you as another kind of female rapper coming through. But now, having listened to the new album, it's like most female rappers are like magazine, and then Angel Haze is this big, like hardback book. There's so many pages to your story.
Yeah.
And I mean, the best way, because I didn't really want you to go into too much detail about who you was and what you do anyway, because the best way, I suppose, for any listener or any viewer out there to find out who you are is to listen to this album, Dirty Gold.
Yeah.
So I know in the album, one thing that features very heavily in it is religion as well. So was that important for you to get across in the album?
No, I think I have a crazy relationship with religion. I mean, obviously coming from a cult, I'm going to have like sort of a warped perception of it. But I think that as a person who has sort of a platform and the ability to speak to kids who are my age or younger or whatever, I don't think that anyone should follow anything blindly. So for me, I have no issues, no qualms, like no quarrels or anything with religion. It's just I want people to pose the question, like, why? And I don't want to impose my own views upon people, which is why I don't really speak of them, you know? Like, I don't have any...
I suppose you give the people...
Yeah, it's inception,
what
basically.
What they need to see for them to go and find out themselves.
Yeah, basically. I just feel like you plant a seed and you watch it grow. And everyone should ask questions. I mean, if you ask why and you are comfortable with the response you get, then you believe what you want. And if you don't get the answer you want, then you make your own way.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wicked. So, listening to the actual album, it's quite dark as well.
Really?
There's quite a dark message, but the thing that I got out of it was a dark beginning turned into a very positive outcome. And it seems like that's what you're trying to portray in quite a few of the songs. Would you say that's what you're trying to do with it?
The album in its entirety ranges from pain to progress to promise and prosperity. And that's it. Like, it's basically why I call the album Dirty Gold. You know, you have to go through so much stuff, and then you go through the process of cleaning yourself off, and then you're fucking, oh my God, I said a curse word. Sorry. And then you are like, I don't know, you're priceless almost. You're worth so much more after all of your experience, after all of your knowledge, after all you learn. You come out a totally different person, and that's important to remember while living life, to be honest.
See, now, one of my favourite tracks on the album, although it's quite a religious track, I felt, but I'm not really religious myself, but it's a track that I really felt was Black Synagogue.
Figured. You like my preacher's voice?
Yeah, I do. But the production on it, everything as well.
Mike Dean.
Yeah, it's a wicked tune. It seems you have the ability to do that throughout the album, is like talk about such deep subjects, but for people to go and make their own assumptions and own ideas throughout the album.
Yeah.
What on the album was your favourite track?
White Lilies and White Lies.
Ah, okay. How come?
I frequented strip clubs for a lot last year.
Okay.
And you know, I was just meeting all these girls who had such perceptions of the world, and it's weird because, you know, strippers are conventionally beautiful, right? And for such beautiful people to have to go through such dirty, disgusting, grimy crap, you know, it was crazy for me because it literally changed their outlook on life. Like, I'd meet girls who say, I hate men, they're disgusting, they're pigs, you know, whatever, just literally so much negative. And it was just you know, it was poetry to me. So I've stopped going, obviously, since I've written that song. It was sort of like research, but
you could call it album research.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, don't let yourself go. Even if you're in such a crappy situation, you don't really have to. You don't view the world in the way that, I don't know, I guess in a way of the things that surround you. You kind of go out into the world and you find people who are different, you know, and you find places that are different, and you dwell in those. And that was just it. Another
track that speaks to me on the album is April Fool's.
April Fool's.
Yeah, because I am actually an April Fool.
I
was born on the 1st of April.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
So that was one of the tracks that I actually listened to first of the album just because of the title.
You are so narcissistic. Oh, my God. No, just kidding.
One of the tracks I did want to ask you about, though, was Dirty Gold, because there's obviously a subject of the song, but who is the subject?
Well, it ranges from 3 people, actually. It's the first verse is for my brother. I grew up with, you know, I don't know, we don't speak anymore, and it was crazy for me because about last year, we just fell out with my mom and all of us, and it was just crazy. And I wrote that verse for him. Second verse was for my old manager. We decided to part ways because of poor managing, I suppose.
Okay.
And it was just one of those things where even though, you know, it ended up badly, I still want to thank you for the major part that you played in my career, and just move on with no negativity between the two of us, you know. And the last one is for myself.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Now I kind of understand it thinking about it. A thing that you say on the album, on the track A Tribe Called Red, kind of sums, I think, the whole album and Angel Haze up. In the beginning, you say your identity is the music, your home is the music.
Everything that you need to know about me is in the music.
So that is Angel Haze in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Definitely.
The new one from you is called Battle Cry, which is coming out on March the 10th.
Yes.
Which features Sia as well.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that one. But before we do, just give the listeners and the viewers a little bit about the track.
Battle Cry, actually. I wrote it in like an hour. I was with Greg Kirsten, who does like normally like Katy Perry and all those guys, and him and Sia work heavily together. And I walk into a studio and he goes, I hope that you don't mind, but Sia wants me to play something for you. Okay. And like, if you know Angel Haze, you know that Sia is like one of my idols. Like, I worship her.
I know there's a particular track.
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. Sia wants to play me a song, so I wrote it and we kept it the same. And it's just one of those things that like immediately off the jump feels like a battle cry. It feels like a reason to stay alive. It feels like, you know, even though like a year ago or 2 years ago I was nobody, you know, and I'm gradually progressing into a person that like I want to be and that like, you know, my fans want to see me be. You can never stop going. I've had so many shakeups. I've had so many bad things happen, but like to not stop is, I don't know. It's one of those things that just tells life I'm worth everything I want, you know?
Okay.
And that's a battle cry.
Now, just to quickly wrap up, I know you've got a couple of UK dates coming up as well. You got Birmingham, Manchester, and London.
Yep, March 7th, 8th, and 11th. And then I'm going out on tour with Bastille, which is crazy.
I read that as well, supporting.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome because those guys are rad. And I'm basically just doing all this spot pop-up stuff. You know, I'm doing Wireless Festival.
Yeah. I'll see you there.
Kanye. And yes, it's going to be amazing because like, Jesus is
Kanye
playing.
and Pharrell. You're on the day that Kanye and Pharrell.
And he's so beautiful. He's like okay, I'm not even gonna go there. Just come check me out on those dates, March 7th, 8th, 11th, wherever you live, Manchester, Birmingham, London. I'll be there, and it'll be fun. So yeah. And
also for anyone who wants to find out any more info on Angel Haze, do you want to just give them all the web addresses, the Twitter, Facebook, social media platforms?
Twitter at Angel Haze, Haze. And Facebook, the same thing, angelhazemusic.com. There you go. You have it all.
Okay. So thank you for taking the time out to speak to us today, and we'll catch up soon, hopefully.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.